I'll use myself as an example. I used to think I knew how to speak English. They used to make jest of me for speaking English back in Nigeria, but you will not believe that more than twice I've spoken to a few people on the phone and they're like, they can hear me but they don't understand what I'm saying. Hello there, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Comfort Gideon and this is Jackpot Decoded. So in today's video I'll be sharing some vital information with you, especially for you planning to come to the UK or you that just arrived. Alright, if you're planning to come to the UK, move to the UK or any of these Western countries soon, then this information is for you. Let's get started. If you're planning to come to the UK or move to Canada or any of these Western countries, especially the UK, there are some vital things you need to get comfortable with. All right, the very first thing will be how to use your Google map. I know from where we're coming from, especially most of us from Africa, we're not used to using the Google map for trips, like moving around, so long as we know the address of where we're going to, or when we ask like one or two taxi drivers and mention the name of where we're going to, they just know immediately where we're going to and take us there. But here it's not like that. You need a Google map for tracing the locations of where you're going to get on the right buses, to get on the right trains. So if you're not used to using your Google map, my brother, he will lose in this place. You will miss your way so much because there is no two ways about it. You just need to get used to using the Google map, learn how to use it. All right, I should drop a tutorial on how to use it very soon. Do watch out for that particular video. All right, then the very next thing you should get comfortable with, especially for you planning to relocate or move to any of these Western countries very soon, is how to speak English, especially to countries where their primary language is English, like the UK, for example. I know most of us shy away from speaking English, especially if you're coming from Africa or Nigeria and you say English is not our mother tongue. I know English is not your mother tongue, but you're planning to come to the UK, you're planning to go to a Western country where their primary language is English. All right, so you need to get comfortable with speaking English because that is the major form of communication, language of communication. All right, and I know that a lot of us shied away from writing IELTS when we're coming, especially when for those that came for school, for certain jobs that required writing IELTS. You felt like the stress was too much, but trust me, everything that was taught in that IELTS, especially the listening and the speaking, right, is exactly, it's even as if they recorded the voices of these people and just replayed it back to us during the IELTS, because that is just like the norm here. That's the way they speak. I'll use myself as an example. I used to think I knew how to speak English. They used to make jest of me for speaking English back in Nigeria, but you will not believe that more than twice I've spoken to a few people on the phone and they're like, they can hear me but they don't understand what I'm saying. So you need to get comfortable with speaking English if you're planning to come to the UK. All right, and then the very next now I want to talk about is you need to get comfortable with online transaction, using your banking app, using your ATM card. I know because there are lots of scams out there. Some people don't even have ATM card because they don't even trust the system. They don't trust that they can have ATM card and not be duped or something like that. But in this place, it just makes your life a whole lot easier, and it's like the norm. They expect you to have your ATM card. You need for a lot of things. Your account number is there, your sort code is there, and you need it for lots of applications. All right, it just makes your life easier. On one occasion, I had something to do. I wanted to go cash a check, for a payment I made and was refunded back to me. But they wrote me a check, and I spent about 2 hours of my time and went to the bank only for me to be referred back to my phone. And the attendant was like, "Do I have a phone?" I said yes. He said, "Do I have the banking app?" I said yes. And he asked me to bring out my phone, and he showed me how to use the phone, how to use my phone to do what I came to the bank to do. You can imagine how embarrassing that it was. Most transactions are done online, all right? So you need to get comfortable with that, especially if you're planning to come to the UK. All right, the very next thing you need to get comfortable with is, I know a lot of you are guilty of this, a lot of people are guilty of this, using your emails, reading your mails. Yeah, I know a lot of people, they say I'm not used to this thing. Like they feel like they're old school, they feel like it's for small children, they feel like it's for the new generation. But if you are planning to come to the UK, you need to get comfortable with checking your mails, reading your mails, sending emails, because that's like one of the primary means of communication here. If your employer wants to reach out to you, if you're coming on a work visa, even if you're coming to study, your lecturers, they reach out to you via mails, they send mails and all of that, send your attendance and stuff like that through mail. So you need to get comfortable with using your emails, sending mails, at least checking your mails at least twice in a day. All right, especially for those that drive, one thing you need to get comfortable with is not using your horn, because in this place they basically don't use their horn. They believe that for you to be driving on the road, you should be used to the road signs, you should be used to the rules and regulations of the road. All right, they rarely use their horns. I think I have only heard people horning like twice since I've been here. Once was when an ambulance was passing, and then the second one was when someone was crossing the road absent-mindedly after they had passed the traffic light, had passed the vehicles and allowed them to move, and the guy like had to horn. All right, but in this place they don't use their horn. I know we're coming from Africa, where you horn to greet somebody, you horn to pass a message across to the next person driving on the road, but in this place it's entirely different. So in case you drive and you're planning to move to the UK, you need to unlearn using your horn on the road, because it's actually not normal. When I got here, I discovered it's not normal, right? So if you've watched this video to this point and you've not subscribed to this channel, what are you waiting for? Do well to hit the subscription button below, subscribe to our channel, and turn on your notification bell to get notified once we post more content. And you can drop your comments in the comment section if you have questions, and I'll do well to answer all of your questions. Until I come your way again, I remain Comfort Gideon. Bye bye.